Hello guys. Oh, this is a terrible angle. I'm inside a tent and I've got like a little lamp. I don't even have much battery, so I don't know how long this live is going to be able to go on for. I don't even know if anybody's going to be able to join because it is late in the UK. Might get a couple of Americans. I know. Hello. I know I promised to go live, but I'm not gonna lie. I was with my family. I was having a really good time, and I just got so. I'm still so drunk. I'm so drunk. I've drunk way too much. So happy birthday and that cake. I haven't even had any cake yet. Just me, I'm up to. I can't sleep. I don't know what time it is in the UK. I think it's just gone past midnight. It was so lovely. I've had literally the best day with my family. I saw one of my closest friends who's pregnant. Like, it's just been, I feel so loved. And it's just been a really nice night. It's 12:34, is it? I think I've only got like 45% battery, and obviously in a tent I haven't got electricity. This tent is a 4-man tent, and it was so cheap. I got it for £30 from Argos. And it's huge. I've got like, blankets on the ground, and I've got my duvet. But I guarantee Sandra is going to moan about it being cold, because Sandra always moans about being cold. Like, he's terrible. I'm the opposite. I'm always hot. My mum only had I think she only had 1 or 2 beers, because she's not a massive drinker anyway, and she's on like pain medication for her illnesses, so she can't drink too much. She never drinks. Even if we go to weddings or birthdays, she doesn't really drink. And I think she had 1.5 beers, and she's like, I'm not having any more because I feel too drunk. So me and Sandra were pretty much the only ones drinking. I've been drinking since like 1 o'clock this afternoon. I've been mixing, to be honest. I had gin, pink gin and lemonade, which I love. Then I made my speciality cocktail, which is Disaronno with cherry sours and Coke. It tastes like a cherry bakewell. And now I've just got a couple of ciders. And I've smoked too much cigarettes. I did quit. I haven't smoked a cigarette for nearly over a week. But when I have a drink, I need a cigarette. And now I've literally had like 15 cigarettes today, and it's just, do you know when your mouth tastes like an ashtray? Thank you so much, Kylie. 23 today. Oh my god, I feel so old. I feel like I've come to the realisation now that I need to start planning my life a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like, actually, you know, I've worked so hard at university. I now need to put that into practice, and once all of this pandemic is over and whatever, I need to focus on passing my driving test and getting a proper career. That is, I woke up this morning and I was just like, this time next year I want to be in my dream job, you know. So I'm definitely going to try and pass my test by the end of the year and just get into that. I'm so sorry I didn't go live earlier. I know I promised you, but honestly I was just having a good time. We were singing on the karaoke. My auntie and my mum love to sing. My mum didn't get to sing because we had like little kids, and you know what kids are like when you've got karaoke or something, they just want to take over. But my auntie got to sing. My auntie's got a brilliant voice, so I think Sanjay recorded it, so I'll put that on my Instagram if you want to listen to it. My family like country music. They grew up with country music, so people like Patsy Cline, Tammy Wynette, you know, all the old country music people. On my dad's happy birthday. Hope you got everything you wanted. Thank you so much. My main presents haven't come yet. My mum told me. I know what I've got because obviously she was like, I want to tell you what you've got, because you know they just haven't come yet because with the pandemic and everything, like post is delayed, which is fine. So I know what I'm getting. I don't know if I'm gonna. Should I tell you guys? I want it to be a surprise. I don't want to show off. It's just like I really wanted this Gucci bag. So I've got a Gucci bag coming. I think my mum and my boyfriend are just chatting. Oh, listen, I love the fact that my mum and my boyfriend are so close, but sometimes it's annoying. Like, half the time when he's around my house, I'm in my bedroom and those two are watching TV together. It's cute though. I like that they're actually get along. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I could be in a relationship with somebody if they didn't get along with my mum. Like, could you imagine that? Like, because me and my mum are so close. It's only me and my mum. It's only ever been that for the past, like, 10 years since my dad passed away. So I think it's important that your partner gets along with my mum. And they are very close. They love... Oh my God, this tent is so cold. It's been... The weather, oh... A couple of days ago, the weather in England was so hot. And then the past 2 days, it's just been not great. And there was a couple of showers today, but they didn't last long. They only lasted for a couple of minutes. So it was okay. It's been quite nice. My mum bought little goodie bags. Today, to be honest, even though it was my birthday and it was my party, I kind of threw the party for the kids. Like, I got them little goodie bags. We got bouncy hoppers, which they bounce on, bubbles, you know, and because I remember when I was young and I used to go to parties, I used to have such a good time and I used to love having a little goodie bag. So I kind of just wanted to do something for them. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Sandre's going to want to sleep in here because it's quite cold. It's perfect for me, but he hates the cold. Hang on, sorry, I'm just trying to read your comments. You are starting to live life 23, how wonderful. Oh, trust me, I've lived life a lot. I need to start being a little bit more mature and grown up. My personality has always been quite immature. Like, I'm academic and I'm switched on in that way, but I'm quite immature. I've lived quite a sheltered life because my mum has always kind of like... I'm from a small town and like my mum's always kind of like sheltered me from outside things. So when I went to university and I experienced a lot, like, it was just a completely different way of life. What's that word? Do you know, like, street smart? I was never really street smart like a lot of kids because my mum wouldn't let me hang around the town with my friends. I was never allowed to do something like that. My mum has, I'm not going to lie, my mum has been quite strict with me. And for a reason. Like, my mum, you know, she just wants the best for me. She's always wanted the best. And I appreciate that. Happy birthday, by the way. Thank you, Trig Smith. Hi, Connor, how are you? I love camping. Oh, my God. I don't know if you have this in your country, but we have this thing called Duke of Edinburgh. And I did it in high school. I did the bronze version. And then I did the silver in sixth form. It's basically, you go on this expedition where you have to walk for miles. You have to plan the route. Oh, I'm so drunk. You have to plan the route with a map and you have a compass and you walk with your friends. You have your backpack and then you sleep in a tent overnight. And you have to cook your food on a little, like, stove. I'm not going to lie. The first time I did my bronze, I was very overweight and it was such a struggle. I remember the second day, I genuinely thought I was going to have to quit because I could not walk anymore. We were walking miles. We got lost. And I literally my legs were burning. And one of the people in my group, this guy, his name was Ryan, he had to carry my bag as well as his. He carried his bag on the back because they were big bags, you know, it has all your tent equipment and your cooking stuff and your food and whatever. And he carried my bag on the front. If it wasn't for him, I genuinely wouldn't have completed it because... I'm not joking you, when I finished that second day and I got into my bed, bearing in mind, we'd walked nearly 10 or 11 miles the first day and the same the second day. I've never felt pain like that. And my feet had blisters. They were just aching. I was laying in bed completely flat and my legs were just on fire. Oh. But the second time I did it, when I did my silver, I'd lost a lot of weight and I found it fine. It was I think it was like I think it was 2 nights or 3 nights. It's like an extra day. Same thing again, you just plan your route and you have to get to the destination. There's other groups doing it as well, and then you cook your food and you get like a certificate for it. To be honest, it really hasn't... It's good because you can put it on your CV and like when you go for a job interview, if they ask you, you know, any kind of like experience where you've had to work as a team or something, you can mention that. So it's good to have it. My mum always like encouraged me to do things like that and like get first aid training and stuff like that because it's just something extra that you've got when you go to job interviews. And like school council I was in. I was head boy. I was college captain. I don't know why I was like such a fucking weirdo. I always wanted to be the best. Never apologise for being late on a live. You have a life to live outside of YouTube. We understand. I know, but do you know what? Genuinely, I just forgot. I was in a different... I was very drunk earlier. I'm still quite drunk now, but I was like, just gone. And then it got to like 10 o'clock and one of my close friends messaged me on Snapchat. She's like, I thought you were going live. And I was just like, oh my God. I don't like to let you guys down though. Do you know what I mean? I know you guys don't really care. Like, you'll love me for whatever. This is a really nice light. This is like the duller one. It's like a... Do you know, like, you've got like a white light? This is like a warm light. I'm chatting so much. It's quite nice actually. My boyfriend is just... I don't know where he is. Hi Mal, how are you? You deserve the best, much love. My name is Leela as well, by the way. Oh, Layla. Layla or Leela? Layla. Where are you from, Layla? I've got quite... I know I haven't uploaded a video for a while, guys. I'm so sorry. Do you know what? The past 3 days, I woke up and I was like, right, I'm going to record a video today. Like, I made a chorizo and cheese pasta. And I had every intention of recording a video, and then I was just that hungry. I made it and I was like, I don't even want to record a video, I just want to eat. Do you know what I mean? So I've just been putting it off. Oh God. So I promise there's going to be a video very soon, because I think I've gained like 20 odd subscribers in the past couple of days, and I know like they're going to want to see new stuff. I love watching your lives. Really? I feel like I'm really boring. I'm not. Like, when it's a video, it's only like 20 minutes. You know, if you think of something to say, you can talk for 20 minutes. But sometimes on my lives, I struggle with like thinking of things to talk about. Which is weird, because I'm quite a talkative person. Like, people always say I talk too much. I just chat shit, to be honest. So what have I had today then? Like I said, my 3 main presents haven't come. I've got a Gucci bag and I've got 2 t-shirts. One is a Gucci, I think it's called a polo shirt. It's like one with a collar. And then I've got a Fendi t-shirt, which I've wanted for such a long time. It's got the F and the F, if you know what Fendi is. It's a designer. And that's what I got from my main presents. And then off my one closest friend, the one who's pregnant, she came today. Do you know what? She hasn't got a lot of money, but she's so thoughtful when it comes to things like presents. She puts a lot of effort and she knows what I like. And she bought me like a unicorn shower gel. She bought me some glitter for my face. I had glitter on my face, but I've just got rid of it. You probably saw that on my picture. She bought me a little like mug to put my drinks in. Face masks, because she knows I love face masks. A keyring with like a unicorn on. Little candle with the letter F on it. Like, just all things that I love. Like, that's just so thoughtful. My auntie bought me Ariana Grande perfume. Do you know what? I get the Ariana Grande perfume every birthday and every Christmas. It's just a staple for me. Everybody knows I like that. It's not too expensive and it just smells gorgeous. So that's what I got. My mum bought me 3 books. I've got the new Hunger Games book. If you watch the Hunger Games, you know there was 3 books and they turned it into films. Well, Suzanne Collins, who's the author, wrote a new Hunger Games book. I think it's based before like Katniss and that storyline. I haven't read it yet, obviously, because I only got it today. And then another 2 books. I can't exactly remember the titles of them. One is like a murder crime book, and I think the other one is like a mystery book. You guys know I love reading. I think reading is so important. I've always liked to read. I don't know. I've always found it very therapeutic, and like it helps with like your English, like because you learn words or whatever. Because I remember when I was younger, if I didn't know a word in a book, I would then Google it to find out what it means. So then you're learning. Do you know what I mean? I think reading is like something that's so just not appreciated enough. I know some people just literally don't like to read because they find it so boring, but I'll open a book I probably read about four nights of the week just before I go to bed. And I used to be really, really slow. Like, it would literally take me, in a night, I'd probably only read 20 or 30 pages. But now I can probably read 70 pages a night. You do get faster as time goes on. And I don't know, I just love reading. But I remember, I think I was 16 or 17 when I read the first Hunger Games books. I read all 3 books in maybe probably like 3 or 4 days. I was just hooked. They were that type of book. I just wanted to keep reading. And not many books do that. A couple of Stephen King's have done that, but like some of Stephen King books are very long. Like they're so long. But they are like really good. Same with the Harry Potter books. Like I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, but some of his books are so long. I think was it Order of the Phoenix? One of them I just remember like when I was reading it, I was just like, I just want to get this over with. But then some of them, like you're so involved with it that you just want to keep reading. I'm trying to read your comments. Hey Tom, and I'm back. Trigsmith, I also love reading. Last year I read over 46 books. Wow. When I was at uni, I didn't read many books because obviously I was like reading my academic books. And anybody who's been to uni knows that like reading academic books is just so long. It's the bane of your life because you have to, when you're like writing an essay, for example, you have to read maybe, I mean, you can read as much as you like. You can just find online journals if you wanted to, but it's recommended that you read at least like 5 books on the subject so that you've got multiple references. And I was always a boffin at uni, so I would literally read more than what I'm supposed to. And that is the longest part with university when you're doing an essay, is reading the work and then you have to write it down, where you found it, etc. Writing the actual essay, once you've got the information written down, isn't long. I could probably bang out an essay in a day and a half, but it's just getting all the information. That's so long, my foot has gone completely dead. Oh, I should have stopped drinking a long time ago. But you're only 23 once. Try reading Lord of the Rings now, that's a read. Oh my god, I love the films. I don't know if I liked The Hobbit that much. I don't know, I think the last one was okay, but I just found The Hobbit a bit boring. But if the Lord of the Rings is anything like Harry Potter, like the books just have so much more information than the films, which is obvious, you know, they can't fit everything into the film. But I know there's an extended version of the film with Lord of the Rings, which I've never watched. Oh my god, there's literally only like 1 or 2 people in. I know everybody's probably asleep. I just wanted to, I don't know what my boyfriend's doing. Has everybody else enjoyed their day? I ate so much food. My mum did hot dogs. She did burgers. She did minted lamb burgers for Sanjay because he doesn't really like beef that much. She did pulled pork with stuffing and like gravy. We had chicken legs and chicken thighs. She did prawns, couscous, rice, pasta, salads. Like there was so much food, and people took food home with them. We had homemade trifles. We had obviously the 3 cakes. We had the lemon cake, the coffee cake, and then my birthday cake, which is just a Victoria sponge with fresh cream. My auntie loves these. They do them in Morrison's. If you're from the UK, you'll know what Morrison's is. They're these lemon muffins, and it's got fresh cream in them. And they are beautiful. So my auntie has that. We had the Percy Pig ice cream from Marks and Spencer's. We had so much ice cream. The kids loved it. They had such a good time. And we were playing music all day. I'm surprised the speaker has lasted all day, which is really good. And we had the karaoke and we were singing. It's just been such a good day. Like the weather didn't get me down in the end because I was just having a good time. And like I said, I am so sorry that I didn't come on live. I honestly feel so bad. I was literally like to my mum and my friends, I was just like, oh my god, I feel so bad. I feel guilty, but I just thought I'd come on live for a little bit before I go to sleep. I don't know what Sandra's doing. How wonderful. Are you happy with the drag race outcome? I thought that, yeah, I am happy. I actually really like Jada. I wanted either Jada or Crystal. Although Gigi did do really good in the finale. The finale was just weird, like, because obviously with everything going on, they couldn't do it the way they did it before. I think they did the best that they could with the situation. I would have genuinely been happy with any of the winners because they were all good. I loved Crystal because I thought she was so different and creative and weird. Like that lip sync she did with the birds was just incredible. So I would have been happy with any of them, but I'm glad that Jada won. Like, she killed that last lip sync. She was the best. But her lip sync when she was in her like living room, that wasn't the best, I don't think. But any of them who would have won. Also, have you noticed that All Stars 5? The first episode was meant to air tonight. It airs tonight, but like on UK Netflix, it was meant to air tomorrow, but it's been pushed back to next week. I don't know why. It just said beyond for reasons that out of their control. So the first episode of All Stars 5 will be out next week for the UK, which I'm so annoyed about. Oh my god. I'm loving that like Drag Race has just been on our TVs for ages, because we had UK Drag Race, and then this season, and then All Stars. Like, I just love Drag Race. I could never have enough of drag. You're making me hungry, Lo. Yeah, glad you had a good evening. Hi, how are you, babe? No, don't feel guilty at all. I'm so happy that you've reached 1k subscribers. Honestly, you deserve it so much. If you haven't subscribed to Ali Katniss ASMR, please do so. I love literally all of your videos. I've said this before, the only thing that used to give me like ASMR triggers was eating sounds. But I remember watching, it sounds so weird, but you know when you do the videos of like reading out messages that people have had on, I don't know what the website was called, but some of them like really dirty messages. Just like reading them out was just like so relaxing. And when you do the library ones, where like, I don't know if it's like roleplay, I don't know what you would call it, but it's just so different. And I'd never watched a video like that before. And I was just like, this is so creative. Like, it's just brilliant and it's so relaxing. I just used to like close my eyes and just have it in the background. And like, it just, honestly, it's so good. I love your channel. It's your day, no worries. Thank you so much, you're so sweet. I'm such a dork, so it's nice to hear. I am a secret, I'm like a secret dork as well. People probably wouldn't realise that about me, but I am quite dorky. Like, my favourite shows are Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Firefly. I love Joss Whedon so much. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my all-time favourite TV show. I recommend everybody should watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer one time in their life. Like, for a show that started, I think it was 1997 to early 2000s, it covered every kind of issue. I will admit, it didn't really have many, people of colour on the show. But it mentioned like loads of like topics, and watching that show, you will feel every kind of emotion. You know, comedy, obviously it's got horror and like sadness. Like, it just genuinely, I don't know, that's a show that kind of like I just absolutely love. Never seen a single episode. Is it worth watching? So, I think it is. There's some people that genuinely just don't like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know why, but I love it. The earlier seasons, I don't know if you've watched, there's a film of Buffy the Vampire Slayer which came out before the TV show, and it's like comedy horror. And I think the earlier seasons, they were trying to kind of not do the same, but like, it was more comedic. It wasn't as serious. And as the seasons progress, it's more of a serious show. The first couple of seasons are kind of hard to get through, purely just because like in 1997, you know, TV shows weren't as good as they are now. Like, but as the show progresses, when it starts getting into season 3 and 4, it's a brilliant show. Like, it's my all-time favourite. I personally, I think this is probably just because I'm gay, but I like TV shows that have like a strong female lead, and it's like female empowerment, and like the main person who's like a boss is a female. And I don't know why, but I've always resonated towards that sort of thing. Like, when I'd play like Xbox games, I would always be the female character. I don't know why. And it was the first TV show that I saw gay people on. Like Willow, which is Buffy the Vampire Slayer's friend, she becomes a lesbian, And even though I'm not a lesbian, it was the first time I'd saw two people of the same sex, like, in a relationship on TV. And I thought that was cool. I remember my sister used to watch it, but I think it was too young when I was on originally. Yeah, you would have been too young because it came out the year that I was born. So I was obviously too young when it came out. I must have watched it when it was like after it had finished. I don't even know how my mum bought them, but my mum bought me the box set. And I kind of like vampire stuff anyway. Like, I like the Vampire Diaries, but the Vampire Diaries is just too cringy. Like, it's just a little bit cringy. This show is much darker. And it tackles, like, real life problems. You know? It's such a great show. They don't, like, make shows like that anymore. Like, it's just, even these shows that come out now, they're just not the same as like what they used to be back in the 90s and early 2000s. I feel like all these TV shows that come out now, they're all so similar. Do you know what I mean? Like, the casting of the people, like, the acting is never, it's never great. It's just, like, so cringy and, like, not realistic with what was going on. Do you know, when, like, you're watching a show and you're just like, that would never happen in real life. Like, the stuff people do, it's just like, why would you do that? I love TVD so much. Must have watched The Vampire Diaries. I gave up after season 5 and I never watched the originals either. Is it worth, like, watching it all though? I should have watched Buffy. I was watching Dawson's Creek, which is pretty cringe too. I've watched a bit of that. I tried to get through Charmed as well, because most people that like Buffy will like Charmed. And I think I watched 3 seasons of Charmed. And it was something I always wanted to go back to, but I just haven't gone back to it. And then I watched, what was that show? Supernatural. That's gone on for years. I started watching that with one of my friends from uni because she watched it. And I loved it. I just didn't keep up with it because obviously it's got a lot of seasons, Supernatural has. So to get into that, it's like something you've got to be fully dedicated to. Like with Lost, like you said, I've always wanted to watch Lost, and I know eventually I will get round to watching it, but it's got so many seasons, it's just like you need to be on it, do you know what I mean? What's that other show that I started watching? I got to season 3, Dexter, because loads of people recommended it. I was like, I don't know why I haven't watched Dexter when I did a criminology course. You know, but I started watching it. In fact, I tried to watch Dexter 3 times. I swear I watched the first episode 3 times and I just couldn't be bothered. And then I remember maybe 2 months ago I watched because English Eats recommended it. He said you need to actually just give it a proper go. And I watched literally the first episode, and then I watched the entire first season in a day. And then I got to season 3 and I just haven't carried on with it. I always do seem to do stuff like this. Another good TV show was Prison Break. Loved Prison Break. After season 3, it kind of got a little bit meh. I feel like there's not really much you can do with the premise of the show, like breaking out from a prison. The first season, honestly, hands down, is epic TV. Every episode, you're gripped. Do you know what I mean? The second season was good because obviously they escaped from prison eventually. Look, it was good. Then the third season, they go back to a prison in another country. That was good. But after season 3, it kind of got a bit meh. What was that other show that I was just about to mention that I bloody loved? He's still chatting to my mum. Can't remember. I heard Lost ended really poorly, so I've never tried watching it. I think I've watched the first episode of Lost like 3 times as well, but I have every intention of trying to watch it, and then I just feel like, what was that one TV show? It was to do with police. It's an American show. A lot of people have said it was really good. I do go by reviews. Every time I'm going to watch a film, I always go onto is it IMDb or something like that? And I look at the reviews of what people say. And I know I shouldn't, because obviously everybody has their own personal opinion. You should just watch a film and like base it on what you say. But I do read like reviews, what people have said, and it does sometimes put me off from watching films and TV shows all the time. I had to take a 2-year break from Vampire Diaries and then pushed through and watched the rest. Some I loved, some filler episodes, which was such an... A lot of shows nowadays have filler episodes, especially when, like, back in the day, most TV shows would have 22 episodes per season. More recently, TV shows only have 12 episodes, but they're longer. I feel like back in the day, TV shows used to be 45 minutes max. Now, episodes are usually an hour, but they have less. But there's that many TV shows coming out now, like, all the time. It's just like, it's too much. Do you know what I mean? What was that one TV show? Pretty Little Liars. I invested so much time into Pretty Little Liars, and when I look back on it now, like, it was actually such a dead show. Like, it was just, the storylines were so unbelievable. But I don't know, it's just something that, like, it was a guilty pleasure, I think. Maybe the first 2 seasons weren't that bad, like, they were watchable. Then it just became so unrealistic, and that show should have ended a lot earlier than it did. Once I found out who A was, like, if you haven't watched it, so you won't know what I'm on about, but, like, oh, that show should have ended a lot earlier than what it did. They tried to drag it out probably because it was quite popular, but it wasn't really great. 6 Feet Under. I've not heard of that one. Have you seen Game of Thrones? Yes, I watched Game of Thrones. I was disappointed with the ending. I think most people were disappointed with the ending, but you know what? When a show is so big like Game of Thrones was, there's only so many shows in the world that have kind of reached that popularity where it's huge. There's always going to be people that are disappointed. Like, you're never going to please people, like, everyone. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like that last season was a little bit naff. Oh, Once Upon a Time. Oh my God. That was another show that I literally binged watched so much of. And then when it got to maybe season 5, it was when Peter Pan, I remember Peter Pan and Elsa from Frozen was in it. That was the last season I watched. I don't think I watched the last maybe 2 seasons of that show. That started off so good, and then it just got a bit repetitive. Have you watched Vikings? No. Do you know, when it comes to, like, those type of shows, like shows about history, I used to watch the Tudors. Oh my God, I used to watch the Tudors with my mum, and it had so many sex scenes. It was so awkward. I hate when you're watching a film with, like, your mum or your dad, and, like, there's a sex scene comes on TV. Even though I'm older, and you know, it's just always going to be awkward. But no, I haven't watched the Vikings. So I have, when it comes to, like, shows about history, I either really like them or I really dislike them. Because I remember they had, like, a film recently on Netflix. I can't remember what king it was about, but it was just a bit, sometimes they're a bit boring. Oh my God, yes, they dragged it out forever, and then the ending, I was like, really, damn, that's like Once Upon a Time. Are you on about Pretty Little Liars? I feel like that ending was just ridiculous. It should have ended when they found out who A was. But they, like, the whole idea of thing is, like, twin sister from England or whatever. It was just so far, like, the whole show was far-fetched. The amount of things you were questioning, like, you were just like, that would never happen in a million years. Oh my God, I wanted to smack people. I hated that season. I couldn't get through that season, that's why I stopped. Oh my God, that must have been awkward. I've seen the Tudors too. Oh, have you? Pretty Little Liars ending felt like they just tossed it together 100%. I don't think, like, I don't know, because I think that show to begin with was based on books, and then once, like, they'd reached where they would with the books, they had to write new stuff for the show. And, like, I don't feel like the writers knew what they were doing. Like, they would, you know, it was just, it got too much. But who was your favourite Pretty Little Liar? Mine changed a lot, but I like, I can't remember what her character name was, but her real name is Shay Mitchell. Do you know the one who's, the girl who's black? Oh my God, why can I not remember her name? She was the lesbian one. She was like she was my favourite. Aria was like my least favourite. That girl was so annoying. And for a long time, I thought that she was going to be I. Because remember at the thing at the start of every episode, it was like that, and she was the only one that used to put her finger up. People thought that she was I. Emily. Emily was funny. Was Emily the one who had like an eating disorder or something? When they used to do flashbacks of her being fat and she'd have to wear a fat suit, that was so funny. I really want us to do it. I had to clean my teeth. Do you know when, like... Obviously, I clean my teeth, like, usually twice a day, but I just had to clean my teeth before I got into bed because I just felt like my teeth were, like... Ugh. It's so cold in here, guys, literally. I don't know what Sanjay is doing. I've literally been here... How long have I been on live for? 35 minutes. What battery am I on? I'm on 32%. And he's just chilling with my mum. I don't know what they're talking about. Get some hot water bottles. I don't have a hot water bottle. He's going to moan about it being too cold. He's going to be like, I'm not sleeping in here. I just thought it was cute. Like, do you know what I mean? It's something different. Oh. Pourquoi? Yeah, no. I have no idea what that means, Edgar. Hannah was the one with the supposed to have been fat one for somebody else. Yeah, she was not fat. But she thought she was fat because the one, do you know the one who was missing for the whole time? I genuinely can't remember their names. She used to like tell her she was fat and stuff like that, so she believed it, and so she used to eat comfort eat and stuff like that. But she was never fat, even when they put her in the fat suit. I was like, girl, if you're fat, like, what the hell am I? Do you know what I mean? And it was so ridiculous. She was the one that did fashion, weren't she? She was interested in fashion. And then she was secretly a lesbian because she had the baby in the end with... did she have the baby? Am I dreaming? Or did she have the baby with Shay? I can't remember. Alison, I saw that actress that played her was apparently quite a bit younger than yes, she was a lot younger. She was in Shark Boy and Lava Girl. If you ever watched that film, it had Taylor Lautner in it, and she was the Ice Princess. She was a lot younger than the other cast. I think maybe by about 8 or 9 years, Alison, compared to the rest of the cast. The only one who I've seen has kind of like done a lot more films since. Shay Mitchell was in the first season of what was that show? Do you know the show where that guy, he's like a serial killer and he's obsessed with the girl? It's quite big. I literally can't remember the name of the show. You guys probably know what I'm on about. He reads books and stuff. He was like a serial killer. Are you a Dalek, by the way, in your picture? A Dalek? What do you mean, Connor? Are you a Dalek, by the way, in your picture? Yeah, and then Aria has been in quite, I think maybe like 2 or 3. I don't know what her real name is, but she's been in like 2 or 3 horror films since the show. But I haven't seen the other 2 in anything recently. Do you know what? I think when you've been in like a film or a TV show that was iconic and you're known for that role, I feel like it's very hard to then go into other things. For example, pretty much Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter, the person who played Hermione, I don't know why I can't remember her name, and even the person who played Ron, because they're so iconic. Every time you look at them, you think of them as Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, and Harry Potter. When they're in another film, like, it's just so weird to watch them in other things. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like when you've been in such an iconic TV show or in iconic films, it's very hard to get jobs in other things. People there are obviously quite a few actresses and actors that have broke that stereotype. Like, what's her name? That blonde woman, she's been in so many films. Margot Robbie. Oh, she's a phenomenal actress. She's played so many different types of roles, and like you can see her in different films, and you know, she's just brilliant. I'm a Dalek in my picture, if that's what you mean. Oh my god, that's not flattering. That's so true. It trips me out when I see them now because I still see them as twins. Hello, did you have a lovely... Hi, Jade. Yeah, I had a lovely birthday, thank you. A Dalek, is that from Doctor Who? Do you have Doctor Who in your... Oh, I thought it was like British. I guess you can probably watch it, can't you? I only ever watched Doctor Who when it was that season when it had Piper in it. I can't remember what her name was. She was blonde. I think her name was Piper. With David Tennant. That was like literally the only time. I only watched odd episodes of that. I don't know, I wasn't a massive Doctor Who fan. But that being said, there was it was more aimed towards like kids and like teens. But on on BBC One, it was after school. I remember I would finish school at like 3:30. I'd watch the TV at 4 o'clock, and it used to be the Sarah Jane Adventures, and I believe Sarah Jane was in Doctor Who, and the Sarah Jane Adventures was a brilliant TV show. But she sadly passed away. The actress who played Sarah Jane, that was so good, and I loved that. That was my favourite Doctor and companion. Haha, Tennant and Rosie. Yeah. I just saw my mum in the kitchen. I need a wee, guys. This is not ideal. I need a wee and a cigarette. And if I'm cold, then Sandra is going to be freezing. But you know what? I've got literally all of my pillows, my duvet, 4 blankets in here, and I genuinely cannot be bothered to take that back to my bedroom. Like, it's just so long. I love Doctor Who and Star Wars, but I'm not the type of super fan that would do anything with trivia or anything like that. Oh my god, Star Wars. Genuinely, don't even get me started on that. I have tried so many times, because there's people that love Star Wars, and I was like, I need to just watch it, because if people love it that much, it must be great. And I just think it goes over my head, like I just don't understand it. I've tried to watch it, and I googled like the order that you watch it, because obviously the order that the films come out aren't necessarily the order of what you should watch it, or whatever. So I've tried to watch it, and it's just not me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not for everyone, but it's just not my show. I don't understand it. There's too much going on. Like, it's just not for me. I have 2 Doctor Who toes, and I've been a Dalek twice for Halloween. A TARDIS box. Oh my god, that's so funny. I feel like every film is literally the same story. Yeah, when it comes to things like space, it goes over my head. I don't know. I think Sanjay's finally come in. I don't know. I don't want to end this live, but I genuinely really need a wee. I like Star Trek though. Oh, I've never watched Star Trek either. What time is it, guys? Fucking hell, it's 1:15. Connor, why are you not asleep? Because you're from the UK. I didn't like it myself, Star Wars, really, until the last 7 years. I wasn't really interested in it. I remember I went to the cinema. I don't even know why I went to the cinema, because I hadn't watched like all the other films, but I went to the cinema when, do you know when like the newest, obviously there's been quite a few new recent films, but the first newest one, I can't remember who died, but one of the main actors from the old films died, and I watched it, and literally the whole time I was just like, when is this going to end? Partly because I didn't really know what was going on, but like it was just so long, and it was just so boring. But I understand people really love it. I honestly don't know why my sleep plans were ruined. I was on TikTok for about 3 hours and got your notification. Yeah, a little bit. You should get your dressing gown. Alright. Yeah, good night. Sandra, you should get your dressing gown.
What?
Because it is cold, you should get your dressing gown. I'm on live.
Oh gosh, you're alive.
I've been on live for like 45 minutes. What have you been talking to my mum about?
It's fucking cold, man.
I know, you should get your dressing gown.
What dressing?
Your dressing gown, your blue one.
What?
Or go and get my dressing gown that's hung up behind my bed.
Oh,
Not
God.
my bed, my door. You can go and get it. But once you're under the duvet, you'll be calm, don't worry.
What?
Can you do me a favour? Oh, I ain't got a fucking lighter.
What? I'm drunk.
Don't matter, just go away.
Okay, I'm going back.
I can't even get a fag because I don't have a lighter. I've been lighting the cigarettes off the bloody oven. Because I've got a gas oven. You know, like the oh, I heard somebody say, I don't know if I can sleep there, it's so cold. He's such a pussy, man. God. I can't believe I've been on live for 45 minutes, that's gone well quick. Battery I'm on. 24, shit, that's gone down quick. I love TikTok so much, it's so stupid, but I die laughing. I downloaded it for like 10 minutes and I just didn't know what to do. I was the same with Twitter for such a long time. Like, I had a Twitter account and I never used it because I couldn't understand how to use it. And then once I finally got into it, it's like the best app. It's so good. But TikTok I've just never got into. I haven't given it enough time to try and get into it. I know a lot of people love it, but like I just haven't been able to get into it. Is it really worth it? Because if it is, then I will get into it. The kids have made this. I had this all laid out flat and the kids have just ruined it. I love TikTok so much, it's so maybe I should. I keep saying that I'm going to, but I just don't. Do you know what, though? I think I'm just like a moody person because what most people find funny, I just don't find funny. Like, my boyfriend will send me, like, I'll get confused about memes and GIFs. He sends me, like, videos that are, like, what he finds hilarious, and I'm just like, that's not funny. I have a Twitter, and the only reason I don't use it is it's just like Facebook. I can never come up with good status updates. Oh, I don't really tweet that often. I usually just retweet other people's tweets. I mean, there are some pretty attractive people on this. Fairs. That's the mood. I am dreading having to clean up tomorrow. Like, oh my God, there's such a mess. Not the living room, the garden. You know what kids are like. I wish my mum would just go to sleep. I don't know what Nexus is, but my fingers typed it. I don't know what Nexus. I was like, okay. But I don't know what Nexus is myself. Right, guys, I am genuinely going to have to go because I really need a wee. I'm sorry that it didn't come on earlier, but I hope you forgive me. I hope I've enjoyed, like, whilst you're in bed or if you're from America, just like your chilling time. But I shall see you guys very shortly because I'm going to make a video soon, I promise. I'm going to upload one in the next couple of days. But good night. See you guys later. Bye. Bye.